Hey, welcome back to the Community Podcast. I'm your host, Chase Johnson Lynch. Please like and subscribe or ring the bell. We have this community podcast going on where I interview interesting people from the community, people I like to hear from, and people I think you would like to hear from as well. And so joining me today is a fellow, person from the, I guess we could say, the audio realm. But my man, Jimski. How you doing, Jim?
Something to make you all right?
All right, man. So Jimski, I already know that you're a DJ, right?
Yeah.
And, as you say, you're in residence and stuff like that. But you're playing all over the place, aren't you?
Yeah, Concert Square, Seal Streets. I do a lot of privates. I do quite a bit of corporate and retail and things like that.
Yeah, well, I also know you're a big Wu-Tang fan and everything like that. So that's the kind of music you play, is that kind of hip-hop and R&B, isn't it?
Yeah, mainly R&B because I do have to be a people pleaser at the moment.
You trying to say hip-hop is not a people pleaser?
Well, real hip-hop isn't at the moment. But that's a contentious issue, isn't it?
No, that's cool. That's cool.
The lines are blurred as well because no one really knows the difference between hip-hop and R&B currently, do they?
No, that's true. I mean, but the thing about it is you got your soul, you got your Motown, right? You got your easy listening kind of stuff. Or you got your hardcore rap and your garage, especially here in the UK. I mean, I just tune off at that point. But either way is that you also have another job that you're kind of like talking about where you're the marketing manager at KCC Live.
Yeah.
I mean, how'd you get that job, bro? I mean, I know you've been there for about a year and stuff.
Well, the thing was, KCC came to me in 2016.
Headhunter.
When Chrissy Willis was there, and she said, "You're DJing."
Big shout out to Chrissy.
Yeah, saved me from a few things. Right. But she said to me, "You're DJing in a lot of places. How'd you fancy your chances on radio?" So I sent in a bit of an audition because I thought it wouldn't be right without an audition. She said, "Have an overnight show," and then that overnight turned into a different set. She gave me a Saturday, which was a bit later, and then it turned into a day set. So it was it was a mixed show. And then once I was doing the mixed show, she turned around to me and said, "You've got to go live."
I started out in radio in college and everything like that, and that seemed to be the kind of like thing. It's like, so we'll give you a shot at Saturday morning at 9.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, it was weird because she gave me a time, and I think it was like Thursday 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So it's a school night, and if you're up at that time, you're out. Yeah. You're not sitting at home listening to radio. So it was just a case of I had to call the boys in and you gotta listen to this. You gotta get me listens up, guys. And then I think it was a guy called Lawton or Yao. I can't remember if it was Lawton from Bongos or Yao Wusu.
Yeah, I know Yao.
One of them had the show before me on the Thursday. They went on to massive things.
Yeah, well.
So when they vacated, I got that slot that they were in, and it was massive shoes to fill for both of them. So I was like, what do I do here? And then it was just a case of just keep doing what you're doing, and then don't try and imitate.
I mean, the thing about it is that, because we were talking a bit about this, about playlists and everything like that, I think you were calling it live versus pre-rec.
Yeah.
It's you have to kind of get over, the comfort zone, isn't it? Like I got all these buttons that I got to know I got to press, and I got to do this, I got to do this. I remember one of my early sessions, the mic is left on by accident. I didn't realize, I think I dropped maybe an F-bomb or two, but basically things are not to do.
If you apologize, it's all right.
Well, yeah, but it was like he's new. At least they didn't just say he's fired. But yes, you cannot do that. But but it's fun. But once you get your comfort zone, and then so basically you said that she's said, okay, yeah, you should go live. And so when did you go from there to becoming the marketing manager?
Well, it was a lot of it was in Schadenfreude a bit when you think about it, because I got good at Photoshop, taking the mick out of me mates.
Right.
Putting their heads onto other pictures.
Like deep faking stuff.
Yeah. Just to take the mick out of them, because you go on a WhatsApp group and things get out of hand. So you've got to defend yourself, haven't you? And I look like the Milky Bar kid, so I've got to fight as much as I get given. So I got good at Photoshop, and then of course I learned some Premiere. And what happened was they had a restructure within KCC Live, and Dan, who I'd worked with, who's now the GM, well, the station manager. I say GM because I work in bars as well. But that's a shout out to you American guys, isn't it, as well? GM sounds like a baseball team.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you said bar, I would say baseball.
Yeah, we're playing mini ball. What is it, money ball?
Yeah.
But
just don't call me that Jonah guy.
But sorry, Jonah. He wanted to bring me into the fold, but what happened was, I'd bought a new controller because I'd took a bit of sabbatical away from radio. I just needed to find myself a bit more, concentrate on what I wanted to do with life. I took a separate job working in a food bank because, you always go through that stage where you go, I'm done with music.
Yeah.
Everyone else's music's crap and I'm fed up of listening to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas you realise it's not. It's just a case of, that's their creativity, you're just not getting it.
Yeah, well,
but you need that time away to understand that.
Yeah.
And then I bought a new controller setup and I put it with me vinyl decks and took a picture, threw it on Instagram. First person to comment is Dan Spellman. Come back to the radio. So I just said, been waiting for you to ask.
Yeah.
Come back to the radio, start doing mixed shows for them again. And I was only doing mixed shows. I'd watched the documentary on Bruce and Michael Buffer, the boxing commentator. I'm a massive boxing fan.
Yeah.
I also like Jimmy Lennon Jr. He's easier to imitate because I'm a bit more high pitched than Bruce and Mike Buffer. And I was like, I want to cultivate my voice like these guys. I'd love to work in boxing or football, sports announcing. Yeah. But to do that, you've got to, drop the idea that every song mixes into this, mixes into that, and you just do a shout out every 15 minutes. You've got to be able to bring the content. So I called a meeting with Dan. And as Dan does, he knows I'm a lover of coffee. Come to this coffee shop. So, okay, yeah. Last minute change of plans. Come up to St. Helens. Okay. So, he has me in a meeting with the new station director, Miguel. We sit down and he goes, how do you want to be a manager? We like the way you market yourself. Maybe you can do it for other people at the station. You seem to cover a lot of bases, especially within your Photoshop use and your use of logos, brand name. I like branding things. I like giving snappy names to things. And he brought me on board with that, and it was mainly on a retainer basis. And then it became like more fully consultancy basis, but in-house.
Yeah, so because one would think, I hear what you're saying about the brand awareness and all of that kind of stuff. But, isn't it also a good portion of your job is about getting sponsorships?
Of course, yeah.
And everything like that.
Yeah.
So, and that's got to be a hardcore thing for somebody who hasn't done it before. How was that?
It was like diving in at the deep end at certain times, because what you're dealing with is you're brand new to this. And the people who own the companies who are looking to sponsor, they're not brand new. No.
So but they want some guarantees. How do we know?
Of course, yeah.
How do we know that, like, people listening to your show is going to be like, and everything. And this was something that was new. This was something that was new to me as well, because I've been here all these many years, even though the Americans seem to do it all the time. So that's when promo codes come into play, doesn't it?
Of course, yeah. We had a company wanting the promo code. But
can you tell us what a promo code is, though? Because there's people out there who don't know what I'm talking about.
So we've got, say, like Highland Spring.
Yeah, I noticed that you're trying to advertise them. Now, first of all, Highland Spring did not give us any money. Are they giving you money there, Jim? Because, I was just wondering, why is that in front of his face? This is called product placement. Dude, we don't do that here. But he's been doing it.
Use promo code Jimski10 to get 10% off your Highland Spring. That's basically an example of it. So what you see it a lot, especially with the scooters.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's scooters, and a lot of the DJs I know jumped on that. So you'd have what would you call it? Say my DJ name. and then you put a number after it, and people get a certain percentage off that.
Yeah.
But it gives the sponsor an idea
That
how much
somebody's
people are
listening
listening, how much how much reach you have. But also, it's not just how much people are listening, because it's just targeted listeners. So as I was talking to you in a private conversation before, so our station is based on ages 10 to about a soft 25 to 30.
Right.
Now,
Target audience.
Yeah, target audience. Now, the problem is, like, we could have so many thousand listens, but if someone advertises a stair lift or Cenepods, you know, they're not going to get much on the promo code, because 10-year-olds ain't looking for stair lifts.
I am, though. Just like, stair lift company.
You're quite the 10-year-old, Chase.
Oh, thank you. Not.
But you get me, though. Like, it's a double-edged sword. So if you do a sponsor promo code, and they claim that no one's listening to you, they might just be at the wrong station. Yeah, they might just be at the wrong marketing business, because they should be maybe going for a different I want to say following that. It's not diaspora neither, is it?
No, it's a demographic.
Demographic is
but
the
then,
word,
the thing about it is the fact that at least especially when you're talking about local companies, at least they're willing, because they have what they call, every company should have a marketing budget in the real company world.
Of course, yeah.
So everyone will at least okay, listen, I'll take a risk with you. I'll give you such and such per week, per month. And in that aspect, with this promo code, I can actually track how many people call up for an item and use your promo code. That means they heard it on your show, and then I go, oh, cool, tick box.
Yeah.
When nobody comes in, and then no tick boxes, you will lose my business.
Yeah.
Well, and at least I got your business for a month.
Yeah. Well, it's weird though, because we often talk about the difference between Americans and English, and we're cousins, but we were brought up totally different.
Yeah.
Now the Americans would go,
we're older brothers.
I want a sponsorship. I'll go to the pros. I'll get gleaming. I'll have all the sparkles on it. Everything could come out of it. It's brilliant. Whereas Brits will go, I can do that by myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they'll just jump on
that thought.
They'll jump on like a Photoshop app on the phone, and they'll just do a nasty chop or something. It'll be pixelated to high heaven, and before you know it, they think that they've got value for money.
Yeah.
But what they haven't done is they haven't paid for that person's experiences. That person's experiences working with brands, working with visuals, working with audio. You often find it.
But also too this is where we can move into presenting and the personality of the presenters. Because in that aspect, I know you guys have a different slew of presenters and stuff like that. We went through like the Brownie Show or the American Idiots, or I'm pretty sure there's many other people that you have in your camp. But it's also the show. So it's the personality of that host that is going to also sell that promo code. Yeah. So for example, I'm a big fan of Kevin Smith. Yeah. Fat Man Beyond and stuff like that. Really I'm more a fan of a Mark Bernard. But in that aspect is when they're doing their shield for the promo code and stuff, you don't just say, hey, promo code Jimski 10, or promo code Chase 12. How about that? They try to sell the product. It's kind of like we were having a little joke.
Of course,
we were having a little bat around about Manscaped. Now Manscaped, be willing to sell on my show, but either way you look at it is, I said Manscaped is taking over in a way because they're on so many different shows, and stuff like that. To now they don't even need to be on radio anymore because they're on television. They got ads and all that. But so when people were trying to sell Manscaped, now Manscaped is a personal man's product, right? So it's how you sell it. You can't just say, hey, buy Manscaped, Jimski 10. You have to be able to say, this is what I use. Do you use it? Yeah, I personally use it.
This is where you...
I got a forest.
Yeah, but this is where you use the experience, though, because you've got to
personality
put yourself into a man's mind who's going to get that Manscaped.
Exactly.
Why are they using the Manscaped?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Why aren't they using something else? Why aren't they just letting it,
No, but this is what I mean. No, but this is what I'm trying to but what I was trying to get at, but this is where the personality of presenting and hosting comes into play. Because like you even said it yourself, is that it's not just about playing music like, well, we're in KCC Lives based, but because it's about personality.
Of course,
you know, like, so we here at Big Condo
everyone's got a different personality, but you can take on a character as well.
Well, this is what I mean. Like, we here at Big Condo Online, we have several different shows we always are producing, but we're mainly like talk based because we don't happen to have FM or DAB yet. But so in that aspect is that's where our promotion of presenters is about personality. You want to have a show that people want to listen to you saying something or you doing something like stupid or you know, whatever, and everything like that. You know, and that's when I was asking you about, like, with KCC. I mean, do you guys do podcasting or talk radio, or are you just mainly music based?
Well, I'd say 90% music based. We've got a lot of talk. We do some podcast things, like we've got the American Idiots Abroad, things like that. And we'll always try and intersect with music. We used to be called the home of boss music.
All right.
So that was sort of our tagline, strapline. We are the home of boss music. We're now the station with attitude.
Ooh, nice.
So we've had that for a few years, the station with attitude. So what we tend to do is our marketing, it won't be crisp, it won't be, oh my God, it looks beautiful. It can be, try and be edgy with things, but we'll also try and get it to match the brand that we're representing that on that time. So say, like you mentioned Bronny before, she's pop punk. Yeah. We've got our station colours are black, magenta and white. I think it's magenta or fuchsia. I'm colourblind.
I'm blind.
But, yeah, well, there we go. But yeah, we'll try and... The thing is, it's easy with Bronny because hair colours match. Well, she dyes her hair different colour every week.
She's got wild colours.
But that matches the black, magenta and white. But sometimes you could have an uber cool house act of a weekend. He wants to look like, you know, that upmarket Dubai club. We've got to somehow blend the station with attitude with that high-priced event that they want to put themselves forward, that they play, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's good to have the diversity, though.
No, it's,
I mean, you don't want to have a bunch of the same.
Well, that's what, like, I wanted in life. That's why I wanted to keep me mixed DJing, because I've got that reputation as the Polish Westwood. I used to get called the Polish Westwood. Now,
that's not insulting.
Westwood was a legend in his own right back in the day.
I get it, bro. Yeah. But he's kind of over top.
Yeah. Now the thing was, I wanted, you know, you've got to play a different character if you want to go into other things. So I'm doing sport and shorts. I do a boxing announcing thing. I do roundups of what boxing was on over the weekend, things like that. So you've got to take it. You can't be, you know, the Polish Westwood when you're talking about what's going on in boxing and MMA.
Yeah. Have you ever covered Jazza Dickens?
I haven't, but he's very interesting. He runs exactly where I live. So where I live is where the TV show Bread was filmed.
Oh, yeah, in Dingo. So, that's where I live at.
So I see Jazza running up and down the hill streets.
Does he do that? Yeah. I didn't know that, because he's from, like,
He's from Scotty Roadways. Yeah. But I always see him in Park Road Tesco as well, and that's a big shout-out, because I see everyone in Park Road Tesco. Big shout-out to Meg.
I seen that guy from the last leg in the Park Road Tesco, bro.
Did you? Yeah. Brilliant. We actually say we're going to hold an event in the car park there with all the skaters and... well, the FTMers.
Oh my god, and stuff like that. But I guess it does have some good hills over there. Well, the bread streets.
That's where you build your engine. So you either do there, or if you're boxing, you do there, or Everton Park.
Yeah. No. It's good. Big shout out to Jazza, because they used to do the Fam Lamb show here.
I loved a documentary I'd seen on Jazza, and it might have been about 8 or 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was based... I'm sure a lot of it was filmed around St. Anthony's Church on Scotty.
Right.
And it was talking about his battles to get where he got to be.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I've just covered the fight on Kid Galahad, who he also fought twice.
Yeah.
So Kid Galahad was up in a fight, and at the end of the 5th, he got knocked down. And then the start of the 6th, he got knocked down again. So with 2 punches... he was totally up on all cards, and with 2 punches, it was undone. So it was an exciting, anticlimactic fight to cover. So that's where I'm getting at, that you can't be the Polish Tim Westwood when you're covering something like that. It's got to, do you know what I mean? It'd be really, it'd be corny, firstly.
Yeah.
But it'd also be a bit disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because I have massive respect for what boxers do.
Yeah.
I'm sure as hell not getting punched in the face for a living.
Nope,
what they do,
bro.
modern day gladiators, aren't they? And they do it for the love. They don't do it for the money. You'll find that they could have all the money in the world and they carry on until they're carried out the ring. A lot of them. Yeah. Now, I have the utmost respect for every boxer.
Yeah,
and that's why I don't want to be that personality in that sphere.
No, I totally get. Yeah, no, man, I totally get what you're saying. Now, I mean, you guys had to survive the pandemic. Yeah, and everything. So in that time, a lot of your presenters had to work from home and stuff like that, and everything. Yeah. But then now that we're supposed to be moving out of the pandemic, it's like trying to get them back into work and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, man. I actually like this, man. I actually like doing this podcast or this show in my underwear. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have been facing that, haven't you?
Well, yeah. The pandemic was a weird thing because we became KCC Pre-Rec rather than KCC Live.
Yeah.
We got quite a few new presenters on board at the time as well. It was good for headhunting people because you were finding people who were hungry to record. They wanted to learn. Pandemic, it created a whole new breed of people as well. We all wanted to learn new things.
Well, digital enhanced skills, bro.
I went in there, learned a bit of computer programming. Big shout out to Ollie Downing from KCC.
Yeah.
He helped me out with that. So did me mate Kai Marsh. And that sort of opened a lot of avenues for me. But we also found that a lot of people wanted to, take the fact that they've just mixed, maybe done a few parties, done a few bars, and then they went, I want to have my own radio station. I want to try my hand at this. I want to try my hand at broadcasting. And, in that year, we won Radio Station of the Year with Prolific North Live Awards.
Nice one. Congratulations.
And we're working with them a lot. And firstly, we were very, very grateful for that. But it ties into what you were saying because they brought me to a conference after it to see how people are coming out of the pandemic. And you're still finding that a lot of people are in their comfort. Yeah. And not everyone's came out the pandemic the same.
No.
Not everyone wants to leave the bubble.
No.
Some people are so out of the bubble they don't want to go back in it.
I mean, it's weird. It's just like, because it's an audio based scenario. I mean, because you guys don't do much video podcasting as much as you do audio podcasting. Somebody's like, look, man, I'm sitting here in my house with a dynamic microphone or a Yeti microphone. What difference does it make where I do it?
It does and it doesn't.
It does. But I'm just trying to say that's what you're thinking is because I've been doing this for a couple of months.
Of course,
from home. What?
Well, the thing is, you can't replicate live.
No.
I was live yesterday 1 till 3. 1 till 3 every Tuesday, by the way, guys.
Oh yeah.
The best in hip hop and R&B.
Shameless plug yourself. Why don't you, DJ
You use the Jimski code 10.
Yeah.
But to get 10% off all big condo products. But
you're not getting my hoodie, buddy.
The thing was, I was going live, and a lad who came into one of my bars. I get a lot of my listeners from playing me live sets.
Yeah.
Now he inboxes me. Oh, I love that mix you've just done. Shout out right away.
Yeah.
Couldn't have done that if it was pre-rec'd.
True.
Now we have a live room, then we have a green room and an office. Someone's sitting in the green room looking at me. I can shout out them and have a bit of banter with them as well. I might laugh at someone who's tripped over in that room or whatever. Yeah. It creates that interest, whereas I think pre-rec can be a bit too polished.
I like the fact that I'm going to a studio. And I've been out to KCC Live, whatever, and everything like that. And it's just you just feel like I'm going to like this studio here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, people always comment on coming into the set and everything else like that because we closed it in and stuff. And like, you know, we pride ourselves on trying to make it look good. You know, we could change the colors of the lights and all that other kind of. Sometimes we put images on the screen, but I mean, in that aspect, it's like you just said, you can't beat live, but you also can't beat the production value. Like even if you have your computer camera, you know, your laptop eyesight or whatever, you know, that, and you're at home, you know, it's still not the same.
No,
you know?
it's one of those. Unless you're lucky enough to have a home that you could deck out like this.
Yeah,
as you say, it's
magic. Well, that's kind of weird. I am now John Krasinski, and I'm doing this shit over in my bedroom.
It's also as you say, it's the feeling of going into something.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like going back to work. And I think that it took people some time after this whole hardcore period that we've been through to actually go back to work and do that or to have that feeling. But nothing really beats that. So, I mean, is anything coming up for KCC Live now as we come to the end of the year and everything? I mean, any new plans or something?
We've got our 18th birthday in a week.
Ooh, 18th birthday in a week.
So we didn't.
18 years old.
Whoever thought that we were going to reach that, I don't know. But it was looking sketchy at times. And do you know what? We've made it through. We've celebrated our 18th birthday with a Radio Station of the Year award.
Yeah.
Mention that again.
Oh, I mentioned it again because it's true.
But yeah, the fact of the matter is we're bringing back loads of old school people.
What do you mean? Like, you mean old presenters?
We're going to have certain people give a shout out. We've been making videos, and we're going to be meeting them. We're going to be chatting to them because KCC has been a launching pad for a lot of people. So we had a video that I put up the other day, and we had Dave North from Kiss FM in London. Now Kiss FM is a world-beating station. Yeah. I remember growing up and getting like Sky Digital for the first time, and the only things I'd listen to was MTV Bass and
MTV Bass. Oh my god!
Back in the Trevor Nelson.
Yeah, man. No.
What was the other thing? Nick Cannon's Wild 'N Out, things like that.
Yeah.
But also Kiss, because Kiss brought, it was like the summer feels.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Everything felt like summer when Kiss was on.
Yeah.
MTV Bass.
You're talking about a whole different time period, man.
Lyricists Lounge, things like that.
Yeah.
That's this is where I got my education on hip hop and R&B because I went to a school outside of my area, so I was looked at weird for listening to everyone was listening to Funky House.
Yeah,
I was turning up in hoodies, Air Max 90s, Air Force Ones and stuff like that. And everyone else was like, what's this guy? Do you know what I mean? And like, I was different to say the least. So the thing was, I was getting a lot of my education from MTV Bass, Kiss, what will now be Kistery, Capsule Extra, Reloaded, things like that. They were the sounds of what I grew up to.
Right.
Like I was listening to things that now people look back and go, oh man, wish I'd listened to that because the lyrics involved are unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, see, man, that's why I'm saying, I mean, I love doing this stuff here because, like, I mean, being talk-based radio because I grew up on that, man. I grew up on Howard Stern, the Zoo Crew, the Breakfast Club,
you filthy person. Howard Stern.
I just meant the comedy of Howard Stern back in the 80s. But but either way you look at it is but I know what you mean. It's just that they're inspirations. But then when you're talking about these things like MTV Bass, I can't even remember that hip hop TV station that was on that played like local
Channel U or
Channel
AKA.
U. There it is.
That now,
if you want to know about my career here, I had several videos on Channel U.
After about 10 p.m. it became a cyberbullying channel.
Did it?
Because it said like send pictures of yourself in. But everyone used to just send like compromised pictures of the mates in instead.
Oh my god!
So it just became channel beef.
Jimski, we're not supposed to talk about that. I don't know what he's talking about. All right, sorry I brought it up. So, Jimski, time for you to go with that. But you look at it. I want to thank you for coming in anyway, because I just think that it's just really interesting because, like you just said, KCC Live is 18 years old coming up in the next week or so. And they've been around, so I'm pretty sure that those, especially locals, would have heard or listened to your channel, FM. You can hear it in the car, you can hear it everywhere and everything. And you probably have a favorite presenter that is on that show, you can always add that down in the comments below and everything, and give your favorite presenter a shout out, because Jimski will share it with them, by sharing this video. You know what I mean? So either way you look at it is, again, Jimski, I like to thank you for coming in. So this is Jimski. I am Chase Johnson Lynch, and you've been listening to the Community Podcast here on Big Condo Online. Please like and subscribe, ring the bell, and you know what? For now, I am out of here.
Jimski code 10.
Yeah!